Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, we begin with breaking news. Skier dies on Cannon Mountain. Few details released of skier's death. A skier has died on Cannon Mountain in Grafton County. New Hampshire State Police said it happened about 3:50 p.m. Friday. First responders were called to the Cannon Mountain Ski Resort in Franconia. Investigators have not identified the skier or said how he or she may have died. No other information was immediately available. This is a breaking news story. We will keep you updated as we get more information into our newsroom. Affidavit: Manchester shooting victim's boyfriend had cocaine in vehicle. Officers discovered disabled ignition interlock device in vehicle, according to officials. The man who was with a woman the night she was shot and killed outside a Manchester nightclub drove toward an unrelated crash scene after the shooting, according to court documents released today. The affidavit details the probable cause. Authorities say they have to charge Jeremy Winslow, 34, with felony possession of a controlled drug, cocaine, and a misdemeanor count of operating after suspension, second offense. At 11:44 p.m. last Saturday, Winslow approached an officer who was responding to an unrelated crash scene in Manchester to report what happened outside the nightclub, officials said. Police said they transported Winslow to the police station for an interview and seized his vehicle as potential evidence. Inside the vehicle, officers said they found a bag that contained 0.4 grams of a white substance, which testing determined to be cocaine a few days later, according to the affidavit. Officials said officers also discovered a disabled ignition interlock device in the vehicle. Officials said Winslow admitted to police that he was aware he was driving with a license that had been suspended December 22nd, 2018, because he failed to appear in court. He also had a prior conviction in 2012 for operating after suspension, police said. Officers arrested him Thursday outside a Nashua courtroom where he was appearing at a compliance hearing for a domestic violence related case from 2016, police said. Winslow's girlfriend, Tanya Hall, was shot and killed after they left the nightclub Saturday night, he said. Winslow told WMUR on Monday that he instantly called 911 to report Hall had been shot and killed. Justin Mora, 34, is charged with second-degree murder in the shooting of Hall. Winslow does not face a charge in connection with the shooting. Winslow said the two were out that night to celebrate a recent sale she made. He said the two ran into the defendant inside the bar. He had started to walk towards me with his chest open, and not just a single chest bump, but he just kept walking, Winslow said. Tanya was standing in front of me, and she had noticed that, so she kind of put her hand over my shoulder, and she, like, get away. Not like a push, but she kind of stiff-armed him. Winslow said they left, and Mara and several acquaintances approached their Jeep. He said as they drove away, he heard a pop, and that's when Hall was shot in the back. Winslow appeared in court Friday afternoon and became emotional when his attorneys described how he approached the officer at the unrelated crash scene after Hall had been shot. And here is that photo from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger. He was in the courtroom during the court case. As you can see, this is him, video arrangement, court case. Middleton police investigate after puppy stabbed during burglary. Puppy recovering after undergoing surgery. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Do you need to replace your roof this year? Call Century Roofing today to arrange a free estimate. Call now to take advantage of our spring special and get $500 off your total roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Jax was stabbed twice during the burglary. According to Middleton police, the 3-month-old puppy was stabbed once in the chest and once in the abdomen. After undergoing surgery, the puppy is expected to recover from his wounds. According to police, the burglary on Dudley Drive happened sometime during the day on Thursday, when only the puppy was home. One of the dog's owners said in a brief interview that when she came home, she noticed the house was a mess and thought the puppy was responsible, then noticed the puppy was injured. Police say that some items were taken, but also that this appears to have been an isolated incident. There have not been reports of other burglaries around town. Middleton police are asking for the public's help in solving this crime. If you have any information, you're asked to get in touch with police, the number you see on your screen. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Senate passed bill to remove Exit 11 toll in Merrimack. Bill now moves to Senate Finance Committee. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Erin Phalo.
Senate unanimously passed a bill to get rid of a set of tolls in Merrimack. The bill proposes removing the toll booth off of Exit 11 of the Everett Turnpike. In a statement, Democratic Senator Shannon Shanley of Amherst says for too long, the people of Merrimack have borne an unfair burden of tolling on the Turnpike system. The bill now heads to the Senate Finance Committee.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Buttigieg at Politics and Eggs suggest ending Electoral College, expanding Supreme Court. Democrat mayor of South Bend, Indiana, says all signs point to a run for president. A Democrat presidential field showing increasing diverse almost daily, Pete Buttigieg may be the most unique of all. That's not because he's the youngest at age 37, and not because he would be the first openly gay nominee of a major political party if he is successful in his bid for the nomination. It's because Buttigieg is the mayor of a relevantly small city, South Bend, Indiana, heading toward a formal run for the White House in the field of senators and former senators, governors and former governors, congressmen and former congressmen, and perhaps soon even a former vice president. But Buttigieg is undeterred, far from it. He reveals in a background as unique as his malt's name, pronounced Buttigieg, as he travels the country weighing reaction to his exploratory of a run for president. Appearing Friday morning at Politics and Eggs breakfast at New Hampshire Institute of Politics, Buttigieg told about 150 students and political and business leaders he brings a fresh perspective as a millennial member of the school shooting generation, as a mayor of a city that believes in reputation as a college town because it is home to University of Notre Dame, and as a former anti-terrorism officer in the military who served in Afghanistan. Buttigieg was elected mayor in 2011 at the age of 29, announced an exploratory committee for a president run January 23rd, and he has not set timetable for an official announcement, but following his hour-long remarks and questions and answer session, he said that's all signs point to a formal candidacy. That's why a millennial Midwestern mayor might have something different to offer. Buttigieg said that as a municipal chief executive, he serves in the most immediate and most urgent level of government. It's misinterpretation that South Bend, a city of 102,000 people, is an affluent, mostly white university city, Buttigieg said. You may know us because of Notre Dame, but we grew up not around education, but around industry. Buttigieg may raise eyebrows in New Hampshire for his view that the Electoral College should be done away with and presidents should be elected by popular vote. New Hampshire, despite having only 4 electoral votes, has occasionally played a key role in presidential general elections as purple swing states. But Buttigieg said that many voters states such as his, which is mostly Republican, in California, which is mostly Democrat, think their votes don't really matter in the Electoral College. Buttigieg also said there should be an examination of changing the structure of the U.S. Supreme Court. He said that while the exact right model may yet be unclear, I think the debate must begin. One idea that should be at least reviewed, he said, is increasing the number of justices from 9 to 15 and perhaps rotating justices to the High Court for the appellant level. He said he finds most integrating a structure in which 5 justices are appointed by Democrat presidents, 5 are appointed by Republican presidents, and then those 10 justices must unanimously agree on appointing 5 additional justices who would come from the appellant bench. He said the idea was put forward by Yale Law Journal. Speaking with reporters after breakfast, Buttigieg said that while touring the country exploring a run, he is weighing grassroots supporters and fundraising supporters. All signs pointing in the same direction. He retreated. We're close. Buttigieg also explained why he didn't mention President Donald Trump during his remarks to the audience. He said his city and others like it were hit hard by open trade, automotive, and technology. As a gay person, Buttigieg called it remarkable that his sexual orientation has not been raised on any issues in many interviews and appearances. Buttigieg said the term socialist has been used as a kill switch for ideas such as Medicare for all. Labels and political rhetoric aside, he said, now there's a new generation coming up who just want to know if these work or not. Buttigieg will attend a meet and greet event in Portsmouth on Friday evening, wrapping up his second visit to the first primary state. He will appear on WMUR's Conversation with the Candidate March 14th at 7 p.m. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and how your U.S. stock market closed for this Friday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market this Friday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red. Your Nasdaq closed in the red, and S&P 500 closed in the red. Gold closed in the green. Oil closed in the red. U.S. 10-year closed in the red. Euro/USD closed in the green, and VAX closed in the red. Stocks post 5-day losing streak, not worst week of 2019 after AMNI jobs report. Stocks fell for the 5th straight day on Friday after the U.S. government released employment data that badly missed expectations, adding to growing concerns that the global economy may be slowing down. And we're following breaking news. Grand jury returns 16 counts of felony indictment against Empire actor Jesse Smollett. An Illinois grand jury has indicted Empire actor Jesse Smollett on 16 felony counts of disorderly conduct for filing a false police report, according to Cook County State Attorney's Office. And that is it for the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday night, and I'll see you back here Mara for another newscast. And I have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.